not a nostalgia critic. Just because I wear this hat doesn't mean I'm him. It just means that I like good fashion. Anyways, today we'll be looking at the movies I watched this February. Well, now it's March when I upload this and when I'm actually making this. But these are the movies that I watched, like, last month. So there's spoilers, there is all sorts. So, yeah. If you want to leave me any recommendations, just leave them in the comments below. I need to add more stuff to my watch list. My watch list has at least 100 films, 100, 150. I haven't seen enough. My letterbox is full. So, yeah, so I wouldn't mind any other ones, to be fair. So, let's jump straight in. So the first film I watched this month was called The French Dispatch, what is directed by Wes Anderson. And for the last few months, I've been obsessed with him. Like, the last one I watched was called, like, The Darjeeling Limited, with, like, Owen Wilson in it and all that sort of stuff. And it was amazing. So, who the bloody hell is doing construction work outside while I'm filming? So, I watched The French Dispatch, and it was so good. The variety, the storyline, all the different bits, all the, mixed in together. Even the use of animation at some point. The use of, using also, black and white. Also, all that sort of different... I like how Wes Anderson's, we're going to go straight to the style of an old classic film. Anyways, my favourite short story out of the whole film was definitely the one with Del Toro in a psych ward, and he did the painting and stuff. I think that was definitely my favourite story out of all of them. It was so good. And also the last story as well, because I swear in every single Wes Anderson movie, or every single one he's in, there's an actor called Jeffrey Wright. And I haven't seen the finishing scheme, whatever you call it. I haven't seen it yet. But the other two he's been in has been Asteroid City and French Dispatch, and in every single time he's in one, he has the best dialogue. I mean, the best dialogue. He has done this at least, oh my god. So in Asteroid City, he's the kind of cadet guy. I haven't seen it in ages, I don't know, something like that. Or he's the kind of big, army guy. I don't know how to say it. And he has the best little dialogue about, I don't know, I don't really remember. There's also the bit in French Dispatch where he always describes the story as different types of food and all that sort of thing. And the person interviewing him's okay, what why do you always describe things with food? And he has this whole amazing dialogue of why he does it. This guy is just the god of dialogues in Wes Anderson movies. And I mean that. And I definitely mean that. It's heavenly. But anyways, French Dispatch, amazing film, has all these different little short stories about this one kind of, I guess, newspaper in France, and it's so good, it's rich, it's powerful, and I'll definitely be talking about Wes Anderson later on in this video, because I watched another Wes Anderson this month, because it came on Netflix, so we'll get to that in a sec. The next movie I saw this month was called The Birdcage. It was one of the only Robin Williams movies I've seen, and oh my god, it is so, put my notes over there, so, good. It has a great representation of people in the LGBTQ community. Me, I'm part of it myself, and it feels very inclusive. It's basically about this gay couple who have a son, but basically the son is dating a woman who has kind of homophobic parents and stuff like that, but it is so it kind of shows kind of the truth of some of it, of being part of that community, but it is also a comedy as well. I love Nathan Lane in this film. I love Robin Williams, but Nathan Lane as well. When I was younger, there was a film called Mouse Hunt that he was in, and that was my childhood for me. So seeing him in this was oh my goodness, it's Nathan Lane from Mouse Hunt and stuff like that. So it was really cool. But yeah, it was so good. I loved his character Albert. Great representation of those sort of people. Sometimes maybe a bit stereotypical in some bits, but it's a great representation in the way of how it has aged well to this day, of being that's how life can be sometimes. It is a bit stereotypical in some bits, but it is a brilliant watch. It's a great comedy, and it has the most funniest ending I've seen in one of these films. It was so good, and I recommend you check it out. I have no clue how I'm going to continue to do this video, because I have a barrier in the way of, not the worst movie I've seen this month, there's something worse than this, but the second worst movie I've seen this month. I don't know if any of you saw it on my private TikTok account, well not private, it's public now, but there's a video of me on Netflix seeing this new Jack Nicholson movie, who's my favourite actor, like, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's a new Jack Nicholson movie, I need to like show how much big a fan I am while jumping on my sofa in slow motion. The movie wasn't good, and that movie's heartburn. I think the realisation of maybe it not being a Jack Nicholson movie, and I forgot the woman's name who played his like kind of wife in it, but I think it was more of her movie, and I think Jack Nicholson was just like a side character. Well, not a side character, but like the second most shown character or something like that. Like a, I don't know. But one of the things that I do keep thinking about is him getting a pie to the face at the end. This is what I meant by spoilers, a pie to the face. No joke. Okay, so the film's about this couple, they're like, oh, we're gonna marry each other. But then, basically, the friends of the man, or Jack Nicholson's character's like, he's only nice to you, and stuff like that. Like, he's not nice to anyone else, he's only nice to you. And so they move to this apartment, and Jack Nicholson's like, oh, like, it's not gonna end up well, like, if we live together, it's really not gonna, like, end up well, or I'm not gonna be that great, we're gonna have arguments, like, he's, like, warning her. And then they have a child, and then, like, all this other stuff happens, they have a child, like, they move in to get, like, I don't know, it's, like, so much happens over such a short period of time. The movie's, like, I think 1 hour 40 or something like that. Like, nearly 2 hours, I think. Nearly 2 hours, so maybe, like, 1 hour 50, I don't know. But, like, it shows so much in a period of time, and you don't even know what year it is anymore. You're just like, okay, she's pregnant again, and then Jack Nicholson starts being a pain to her, and he shouts and all sorts. Basically, your average Jack Nicholson movie, so I'm not surprised. But it's an okay watch. There is a few good scenes in the film. Like, there's this one bit where, like, Jack Nicholson just comes out of nowhere. She has, like, the child in hand, and he's just like, you bastard. And it's like, what? Don't say one of a child. The main character logic of, like, the woman's like, yeah, I'll date him again, although he's been, like, a piece of shit to me. Like, that's, like, the worst logic you can have, but I guess it's a movie. People are like, okay, we want more Jack Nicholson. So it's like, yeah, they gave us more Jack Nicholson. And then him with a pie in the face at the end. My favourite type of comedy is parody. Parody is my favourite type of comedy, so, like, Aeroplane and Naked Gun and Hot Shots. But epic movie and superhero movie and all sorts of stuff, yeah, you can get it out of here. But this is the most underrated parody movie, I think, or maybe least heard of. It is called Top Secret. It is one of the funniest parody movies ever. It's about this musician who goes into Germany, but then the government are also, like, after him for some reason. I have already forgotten. I watched it, like, 3 weeks ago, or, like, 2 weeks ago. Anyways, like, they're after him, so he has to become a spy and joins this team, and it is so good. I think it's just meant to parody, like, any, like, I think it's just meant to parody, like, any sort of, like, James Bond, that sort of thing. But then I guess also, like, Grease, because it's a musical. There is songs in this, but it's not like, oh, it's like those cheesy songs or stuff like stuff like that. It is nothing like that. The songs are, like, so random. Like, there's a song about straightening rugs. Also, his, like, guitar as well just, like, floats down on him. He doesn't even play the guitar right. He just, like, does, like, an air guitar where, like, he's got the guitar in hand, but he's not even, like, strumming the strings. Like, he's not a musician. He's not. But I'm trying to remember who the actor is who plays the main character. I'm not very good with actor names. I know faces, but I can't do names. I'm like, oh, it's the guy from that thing, but then I don't remember. Like, I know he's in Top Gun, I think. I hope. I want to say John Travolta, but anyways, I highly recommend you check out Top Secret. It is one of those great parody films. I said I would move on to Wes Anderson again. Grand Budapest Hotel. Brilliant, amazing. I prefer French Dispatch, but they were both 5 out of 5 on my letterbox, so no complaining. Another thing I can say as well is just pink. It's very pink. It's extremely pink and purple, and I just love that. I was talking to someone at the bus stop the other day, and they basically said the most best thing about Wes Anderson movies, it feels like you're travelling back to a world that you've revisited. So after watching French Dispatch, it feels like I've revisited that world, but just in a different part of the country. So it's so good in that way of kind of having the same aesthetic in each and every film. Maybe Asteroid City is a bit different because it's like an alien, but no, apart from that, it's very good. Anyways, Grand Budapest Hotel. Basically, it is about this hotel is such a abstract storyline. I don't know how I'm going to describe this. It's such a crazy storyline for a Wes Anderson film, but it is amazing. The little two actors who I love, Jeff Goldblum, Willem Dafoe. I can applaud to that. I love them both. I love Jeff Goldblum. I love Willem Dafoe. So amazing little appearances they had in it. Although they, Jeff Goldblum got his fingers cut off, but that's fine. That's fine. I find that quite funny though, because in real life he's a jazz musician and plays piano and stuff like that. So I'm just poor, he can't play piano anymore, bless him. But no, Grand Budapest. It's an amazing little film. Amazing. Okay, next film. Yay. This is the worst film I've seen this month. Overboard. I don't mean the remake. This is the original. Why they even have to remake it is weird. I can see how it could be a fan favourite. I can see how it can be a cult classic. Make a cult classic comedy. But the storyline is just outright weird. And it feels almost childish for the storyline. And it's so strange and weird. I'm not saying this is the weirdest storyline in this video, but sometimes you can get a weird storyline. Like this one, how this white guy, this woodworker, meets a woman on a boat. A really rich, God, hold on. A really rich woman who's on this boat, and the woman's really selfish and she's very rude. And then she falls off a boat, loses her memory, and the woodworker's like, hey, I need someone to look after my children and be a good mum. I'm gonna, go to this place, this psych ward where the woman is now at for a bit, and then, take her home with me, and, just try and make her think, she was the original one with these children. I'm sorry, but that's, up. What? It's such a weird thing. Even one of the characters' reaction in the movie was bro, this is illegal, why are you doing this? That's how I felt. Whoever played the other guy, his friend in the movie, what? It is illegal, it is weird. Why did they make this? I have no clue. They just thought, hey, let's just make this weird storyline. You can probably do the storyline, but why act so childish around it? Why have all this hope at the end? The ending's, not deserved. It's so weird. There was a few bits I laughed at, I will have to say, but it's really not, great in the sense of just how it is in the movie and how it's portrayed. And it is so odd and strange, and I don't recommend it. I definitely don't recommend the remake, what's probably apparently worse than that. So yeah. So don't watch Overboard. This is the first new movie I saw in cinemas, my first cinema trip of this year. I went with my girlfriend to see a movie called Send Help. It is a Sam Raimi horror film where these two people get trapped on an island after a plane crash and they both go crazy and try to kill each other. It is amazing. But the thing is, me and my girlfriend have interesting humour of horror films, so we laugh at anything. So I don't want to say too much to sound very psychopathic, or too insane. The score was done by Danny Elfman, the directing done by Sam Raimi, and the use of Blondie songs as well. Oh, like, when I figured out it was Danny Elfman as well, I freaked out, because I love Danny Elfman. I love Wingo Boingo. I love Batman 89 for reasons that probably most of you know why I like Batman 89. I'm done. For reasons. Anyways, I need to talk about Batman 89. I will try and watch it this month so I can review it. Anyways, just to have like a excuse to talk about it. Same with like The Shining and Cuckoo's Nest. I'll do like all three of them if I could. And I will at some point. It'll be random though. But like, oh, it's The Shining. It's so gory, this film. Send Help is so gory. The fight scenes are amazing, especially the end fight. And the ending, it's like a relief, because this main character, the woman, is getting like bullied at her job, and then like her new like boss, or like CEO or something like that, is trapped on the island with her, who's not very nice, but then it's like she gets her revenge. And oh my god, the revenge is sweet. The revenge, the outcome, oh my gosh. Like, I love how they've made it so like, oh, she's like really into survival and really into like books and adventuring. So it's like so ironic that she's just like stuck on an island. It's like, yeah, I know everything. And then I don't want to, do I? Yeah, I'll spoil it because, spoiler, whoa. There's a house on the island. She finds like a luxurious house, and she got the knife from the house. She got all this food from the house, and it was never found on the island. So she's not like, she can do that sort of thing, but she also just found that and was like, oh, I'm relief, and she kept it a secret for a bit, and then yeah, and then right at the end she has like this whole like island. I was thinking Barbie, like a Barbie, like I have like a golf like thing, like Rose, like how did she get that far? It's so unrealistic, but it's such like a, I don't know if bittersweet was the right word, but like this character is such a like a powerful role, and I love it. To another film that is amazing. So yeah, this was probably one of the best films I've seen this month, and that film is Forrest Gump. Masterpiece. Every single year I try to watch this. It's so inspirational. The soundtrack's amazing. I think also someone who has autism, me, it also is quite relatable in some way as well. But it is such a beautiful cinematic film, and if you have not seen it, you should see it. There's only one thing that I disagree with about this film. What is a big spoiler? So big spoilers ahead, big spoilers. But it is the death of Jenny at the end of the film. I don't think they should have done that, because he's already been, like, Forrest has already been through so much, and then you just put that on him. It's, I don't know, that's just my opinion. I don't think they should have killed off Jenny, but at the same time, it gives more of a bittersweet ending of just him and Forrest Jr. I think that's his name. I'm just gonna call him Forrest Jr. Not Gump Jr., just Forrest Jr. But it is such a beautiful story. Like, it shows him through history, and also just like the changes of aesthetics through history. It kind of shows that in the film, and it kind of shows Forrest's life that he doesn't fully understand, in the way of like, he's actually like famous and he doesn't understand that maybe in a way that another person would. But then it also compares it to Jenny's life, what is horrible. It is not very nice. It is like, it's like not suffer, like it compares two lifestyles, to someone who's just having a terrible life because of their mental health, to someone who's having an amazing life but doesn't fully understand it. What I'm guessing, I'm just gonna assume maybe Forrest has like autism. I'm gonna guess that, and you can kind of see that in the film. Like, I don't think it really says that in Imitation Game either, with Benedict Cumberbatch's character of Alan Turing, but you can kind of tell that the character has autism. And I think the film does such a brilliant representation of that. It is so good with some of those like things, and even it came out in 1994, I think, so I think it did so well for that. And I love the character Bubba. Bubba's the best character. Like, I always nearly tear up at his death. All the characters are very lovable. Maybe if there's a couple that are like, no, but like, no, all of them are quite lovable, all the characters are in. But it is so inspirational. It's such a good film. It's a long watch. It's like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. I didn't realise it was that long, but it is such, as some iconic quotes like, run, the fuck, run, Forrest, run, and stuff like that. So I watched Begonia I rewatched Begonia. I got it on Blu-ray. Begonia is a masterpiece. Begonia is life. Begonia is everything. Begonia should, like, it didn't win anything at the BAFTAs, and I was very sad about that. But Begonia is amazing. You should watch it. You should watch it sometime. It's based about these two men, so Jesse Plemons, and I forgot his name of his cousin in it, but, or like, I didn't know the actor's name either. And they kidnap Emma Stone because they think she's an alien. I really don't want to spoil the ending. I think most people know the ending anyway because I've seen it, like, online, it's kind of gotten viral. But I really hope it wins an Oscar this month. Really hope it does. I might do a video on my reaction to the Oscar winners. It's an amazing film. The soundtrack, by the way, it better win Best Score. It's fun. It's strange. It's Emma Stone. I love Emma Stone. And it needs more credit. This film needs more credit. Begonia is such a strange movie. I have not seen, by the way, Poor Things, made by the same director, who I can't pronounce the name of. Something beginning with L as his surname. I don't know. But yeah, so watch Begonia. Watch it now. It's great. It's amazing. Watch it. Watch it now, please. It's strange. It's unusual. But I think most of us like that. I know I said that Overboard had a weird storyline, but this movie has the name, or has the word weird in name. We're talking about weird science. It's such a strange storyline, or a weird storyline, I should say.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
About two boys, they invent a woman on a computer in the 80s, and it's a John Hughes film, so it's bound to be funny. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Uncle Buck, that sort of like stuff. So it's John Hughes. Weird Science is one of those films where it is such a strange storyline, but they did it right. Not like Overboard, who just made it childish. But this was meant to be, I guess, a bit childish. But two teenage boys make a woman on a computer, but the woman, and the woman's called Lisa, who, by the way, I fell in love with the character. And basically, the woman basically tries to help them face up to bullies and stuff in the most craziest ways as possible. And it's really, really funny. And it is so good. And the woman's like, okay, well, you can both be 21 now, you can drink alcohol in this one scene. And one of them gets like really drunk. I think it's Wyatt who gets really drunk, if I remember the boy's name. I think his name's Wyatt, and he gets really drunk. And it's one of the best scenes in the whole film when they go back home and he's like saying stuff to like the other brother's like older brother. And it is so funny. The film gets more random the more you go on, but it is still worth a watch. And the use of Oingo Boingo, like I said, I love Danny Elfman, that was amazing. The use of the song Weird Science by Oingo Boingo, what is in the movie Weird Science, is great. And yeah, it is amazing. Okay, we're on the last film now, what I watched last night. So, one of the greatest movies of all time. I finally got around to watching it. 12 Angry Men. I put something on my Instagram story saying like, oh, I hope these men don't start shouting at each other. It was a joke, and that was a really stupid joke. But it was one of the best movies I've seen this month. Great end to the month. It is only 90 minutes. And it is a great watch. I recommend. It was worth my £3.49. But it is a great film. And it's so realistic with how it was shot. It's all in one room. There's so much dialogue. You have to listen. But it's about these 12 juries who talk about this boy's murder. But one of them thinks he's not guilty. The other thinks he's guilty. And for the whole film, it's about how that one man convinced all of them that he's not guilty. And the way he does it, all the different things that happen, and how they not go insane in the room, but how they kind of feel isolated because it's really hot outside. There's a thunderstorm. What's a bit of pathetic fallacy. I'm not going to say too much, but there's a bit of pathetic fallacy in this film. But it's still very realistic in dialogue, because this is somebody who's like, okay, we're gonna have like a 5-minute break now, and there's this one guy who's just talking about like advertisement of this like cereal brand, and it's like, that's so sweet, he just likes a cereal brand. But it's like, it's very like natural. It's very natural. But again, you have to listen, you have to know the law, you have to understand the law. But it is such a good watch. And how that man does it. is amazing. I mean, bro had 1,000 IQ. That is not on my notes, by the way. 1,000 IQ, and I just put after that clever writing. I make the worst notes, but this is how I remember stuff. So yeah, watch 12 Angry Men. It is worth your £3.49. That is all the movies I've seen this month. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I got the storylines and my review across well. I don't know personally, but this is only my first video of this series. But I hope I did alright. If you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments below and I will add them to my watch list. Doesn't mean I'm going to watch them straight away, it just means they're on a list, and I will get round to them eventually. But leave them in the comments below. Please subscribe, please like. I forgot to say in the last video, please, I beg you. I'm joking, you don't have to. Just do it. Press the little red thing or whatever you're watching it on, and press the little like or the dislike if you want. Show your actual opinion, review my video, sure, that'll be fun. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Big bottle of water.